Hi, welcome back for the new series of SAP ABAP. So today we're going to discuss how we can create the business object using GUI. So we have a two major transaction in GUI. So the first one is BOBX and second one is for the BOBT. So this is for the uh, designing the business object, and the second one for testing the business object. Let's uh, open the design transaction. So you can just type BOBX business object processing framework transaction. The initial screen of your BOBX transaction looks like this. So you have the left side pan where it has as a tree kind of structure where you have all the existing business object will be shown with a different classification, and the right side is it's our whole area. Let's start creating the new business object for to capture the our retail sales order information, just a business case to capture the it's order information for the retail business. So let's go with this function F5, or you can use this button on the menu area, application toolbar area, create business object. So it will open a small pop-up where you should provide your business object name. Let me just go with z retail underscore order, fill order business object, and say okay. When you click on okay, it will take you to the another screen. So here it will be the same approach. So you have a left side pan which has a tree structure, and the right side is a working area. On the right side you see a business object name, what you given, and your description. Then you have your object category. So you have business object category and dependent object not classified, and then it's blank. So by default it'll come with the business object which is on your dialog box when you provided the information. So you want to have the no a business object to have authorization check, you can enable it. So as of now I'm just going to leave it as it is. Then you have a below the administration information. So here there is a you know place where you have to provide the constants interface. So now I just provide you the details, then I will tell you later exactly what is the use of this constants interface inside the business object modeling. So let me put some interface name. So this is similar to a SE24 interface, so you have to provide the name of your interface. So I'll say retail underscore ord order underscore c. So we say it's a constants interface. I'm just going with the last name as a c to differentiate from other interfaces. Okay, so now we provided the details. Just press the save. So I'm going to save the object in local object. I'm not going to provide any other details. So we just save the information, and now you just expand this node structure. So on the left side pan you can see node structure, and there is node element. So node structure is basically it's going to show you all the node which you have for the business object. So by default whenever you create a business object, you have the node called root will be available, so which we can use it for our header purpose. So I'll say hey, order header, the description. Then I have so for this root node, what are the data attribute which you want to have it for this particular node, we have to design that. And what is a backend table which needs to store this information of this particular node, which also we need to provide. So this is the information you're going to provide it here. So you have a data structure, and then you combine structure and combine table type. So just for this demo I'm going to use this one, uh, underscore order underscore root underscore d. You can provide any structure name as you wish. So to make sure that it's differentiating from mm, all other structures, I just want to follow some namings here. So I'll go with this, copy it, put it here and put it here. So combined structure, I just want to remove this D to the data structure demarcation. I'll also remove the D and I'll go with the table type, so it's will go with the T. So this is the name which I provided. Just I'm giving the name only. I am not created the structure. This structure is not even available in my system as of now. I'll scroll down. You have option here for a database table. So let's give a table name is at ret underscore order root. Okay, so I given the table name. So as of now, I just provided only the name. I didn't provide any other information. Let's go and design the structure first. Press save. Okay, so this GUI no, will allow you to navigate to the no, SE11 via this when you double click this particular name. So just double click this. It will ask you for okay, object does not exist. Create it now. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm going to provide the basic information on this structure. Retail order root. So what are the information you want to capture? Let's design the structure here. So I'll have order ID. You go with order ID. As you know, this type is not exist. Let me just create this quickly data element at least to have the right description in place. So I'm not going through all that information. Order ID, and let me capture as a character 10. Yes. So save this to the check, activate. Yes, your data element is active. Go back, and so similarly capture a few more information. Let me capture so customer ID. So I'll just say it's character 10. Okay, and then you have a phone number. I'll say this also character 10. So otherwise, you can go and create each one what is the corresponding component type or data element. An email. So I'll go with the character 40. For the make it for the time. I'm just going with some standard data element. In that case, maybe you can use the existing element, or maybe you can create our own element to define this no, each attribute. So once this is done, so as you know, we have to provide the enhancement category. Can be enhanced deep. So I'll just save this and check and activate. So once I activated this business my data structure, you can go back. So only I created the data structure, my combined structure and combined table type, and table is not yet created. So framework will have a function to generate that automatically whenever you define your data structure, or whenever you define or maybe change your data structure. So what I'm going to do, I'll just use the standard function extra. So here you have generate dictionary elements. Okay, so with this function we will generate the other dictionary elements which we having it on the business object. So let's select this function. Just make sure that no you selected the right checkbox here. So I just want to make sure that allow overwrite whenever I'm doing the regenerate. And I also want to make sure that all the enhancement category, all the data structure all the structures dictionary elements should have a right enhancement category always. So I'll just keep that as a can be enhanced deep. So I have a data structure is created, combined structure I want to create, combined table type I want to create. So just want to make sure these checkboxes are selected. Database table I want to create. I want the index to be created. And pretty much these are the association which I'm not going to discuss now. And I'll just say okay. Okay, so you can see the messages here. So you have a database table, whatever you provided. This is your combined structure. This is your combined table. All these are created successfully, generated successfully. Let's close this. And you want to verify it, just go here, double click. So this is your combined structure. You can see there is a generated one. So it's going to have it like this. The structure will be generated like this. So it will have some two includes. So the first include is a standard include, which will have a defaultly these three fields: key, parent key, root key, and also it will include your combined structure as your data structure as a another include, which all the attributes belongs to the particular node. This way your structure will be generated. Combined table type will just use this combined structure as a line type and create your combined table type. You can also see here. So this is your combined structure. Same way your database table. So it will have some difference. It will have the your MNDT as a key field, and it has another field called DB key as a key field so of your table. So on your structure you cannot have a key field, and your table transparent table has a uh, key field for the definition, and then it includes the same your data structure as a include, and the remaining attribute will be from your data structure, it will be added. So whatever the attribute you have it in your data structure will be reflected in your combined structure and your table type as well as your database for the node. That's the way the framework will work. So now your node is ready, the root node is ready. Let's go back here. So this constants interface, as of now it's not created. So here also framework will support you to generate that. So you can go here to the generate. So it's generating your constants interface. So now the object is generated successfully. So before we leave the screen, let's do the no activate your business object. So let's go on do the check and do the check and correct. So it says there are some changes framework will done that on your business object to ensure that it's aligned with your frame BOPF framework contract and all the stuff definitions. And then now you do the check. So were not found any error, and then you can do the generate, or maybe you can use this. So you can also use this generate function. Go here. So your business object is consistent and the interface is generated and it is also activated. Now your business object is ready for the testing. If you want to test, as I mentioned, so this is the second transaction to test your business object. Let's open separate session, and you can type the transaction code BOPT. So this is your same Vigo, because we are currently editing that business object. So by default that will come. Otherwise you can able to use the drop down or display to get your business object here. So we have one node and we have root node. So you can see here so how this is going to work. You can use this function add a instance. When you add it, you can see here, so you have a key generated by framework, root key will be generated by framework, all that will be available. And then you have order ID and the remaining information can be filled here. So let's provide some details just for putting some information inside your database table. So let me type it ord underscore 000001. So I see it like one, and then you have a trust and a 001, and then you have phone number 90 plus few information, and then finally retail trust gmail.com. So you can see, so the order is created, and you can press save. So now the data is being created in your database table. Let's go back to the our database table. So you come back to your model, or maybe you can open S11, open the table, also possible. So I'll just go here and execute your table, and you can check how many entries are there. So whatever the entries which you created, it's available here. Execute, and so you can see all the details are available here. So whatever you provided on the test T code, it's been inserted into a database table. So this is a way simply you can model a business object node and create your business object, and also you can test your business object. So thank you.